frightening finds.
Alright.
What's up, everybody? Thor and Loki here. We are doing kind of a voiceover today on a pretty cool little adventure we had just the other night. We work in a factory, an old factory, and only part of the factory is used. We move vending machines and stuff from the factory and everything.
My dad rents at the factory, so we're not trespassing or anything like
that. Right, yeah, this is all totally legal. But only part of the factory is ever used, and we decided it would be kind of a cool idea, kind of a spooky little thing to try to, like, walk around the factory at night, like, into the more abandoned parts of the building. And this is what you're seeing right now as we're kind of going off to the sides and stuff, where there isn't as much light and there isn't as much, like, there aren't as many people being in and out of the building, like, using it.
Right.
So we're going through, like, the more abandoned parts of the building.
Yeah, and a lot of this video is going to be very dark because we're using phone lights.
Yeah, phone lights. Next time we do this, because we do plan on, like, making it a thing, we want to go out and do kind of, like, spooky things. Like, we both are real interested in that, really, about that. But we will get better lighting and whatnot so we can see farther away. We are using a GoPro type camera for this, too.
Yeah, Loki got a 4K GoPro.
4K GoPro, it's really cool. It's really nice.
Yeah.
This
That's
is
my dad.
His name is Moose. He was the one who was kind of guiding us through all these little abandoned areas in the factory and everything. We're going to see a lot of really cool stuff. This part here was actually really interesting because we were going up. We weren't sure what was going on. Up these stairs, we didn't know where we were going to. Moose kind of said it was kind of cool up there. We weren't sure what happened.
And there it was. Okay, so what happened right there is Keegan scared the shit out of me because he was walking up the stairs behind us, and I just walked in the door, and he hit his head on a metal pipe.
Yeah, it was an exhaust or a fire extinguisher pipe, big red pipe, and it was so dark that I couldn't see above me, and I was trying to make sure that I didn't trip up the stairs.
So he was like pointing at the ground, and then he just like straight dome pieces his head into this metal fucking bar.
Yeah, the bar was right above the stairway going into the bathroom. That's where we are right now. We're kind of looking around. This whole bathroom looked like it was torn to shreds. The whole roof is like falling apart. It was caving in a little bit, but it's like an old bathroom. And I scared Zane when I hit my head too, because he's like, "This bathroom's really creepy." And all of a sudden, like, a big smash happened, a big bang sound, and he jumped, and even his dad jumped a little bit too. And it was kind of funny that their reaction to me smacking my head on something. Yep, that's right there.
Yep,
that's the big red.
That's the It's not exactly a small bar. You
know? No, not even. I hit that big connector piece too, right in the middle. My head still hurts. It's been a couple of days, and my head still hurts. But yeah, that was rough riding going up the stairs.
And right now we're just going back down the stairs, and we're heading back to civilization.
Heading back to, like, the main area of the factory where we worked and everything. But there was some really super dark areas throughout the entire factory. Going straight down this hallway and everything is where we work regularly. That's like the only light source and stuff in this entire building is right in the area we work in.
Yeah.
And that's where we're heading back. But Moose knew where all the really cool areas were, and that's where he was taking us as though.
Now, unfortunately, when we get up here in a little bit, you'll see a door that's locked that we're kind of fucking with. It goes down to the basement in the cellar, because there's a cellar in this fucking factory, because, you know, they totally want to put cellars in factories and shit.
Yeah. The whole thing with going into this factory and stuff is that it's like super old, like it hasn't been used in a long time, and it's an old machine shop too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, like, just strewn about, like, metal machines and stuff that people don't even mess with. People don't bug. That door there, it actually said push dummy, like somebody had written on it for other people to know that it's a push door and a pull door. Right here is where me and Zane kind of were hesitant to get on this. It's an old elevator lift to go to the next like floors and everything.
Yeah, and it's like a big elevator. It's a it's like a service elevator basically.
Yeah, like you could fit a forklift on this elevator and then go up and down it and everything. You'll see here in a sec. He actually turns the light on, and
not sure if I would put a forklift on it.
Oh, they did though. That was the whole point of that, is so they could get boxes and everything up and down. It's crazy. It's a huge elevator. He was trying to see if it actually had any power to it. The only power was this light here, and that was actually really cool. They didn't even want to get in the elevator until he turned the light on and saw that it was sturdy. We were both standing in it and everything. He's still kind of hesitating and everything. On the
Yeah,
side,
like,
too.
I'm just there like, yeah, no, I'm good.
You're like, if I don't have to, I'm not gonna. You're like, go ahead. I'm just gonna.
What gave me a little bit of closure though is right where I was standing was a little what do you call it? Door, a gate. And if that gate isn't down, the elevator has like a safety; it won't move. So
right,
I was
yeah,
like,
the elevator
sweet,
won't
I'm
move.
standing next to this; they can't mess with me.
Right.
Like sweet.
Moose saw this door. It's actually an old, like a receiving bay door almost.
Yeah.
You open it up and the semis can back up to it and everything. The thing with our lights and everything while we were there, we didn't have a ton of like far-reaching lights, so you can't really see too far ahead of us.
But that's like a 6-8 foot drop right there.
Yeah, it's like a 6 to 8 foot drop standing right outside the door.
Yeah.
Even with our cameras, it was kind of dark outside, but yeah, the whole thing was kind of rough. The reason you can't hear any of the audio from the recording itself is because the new camera I got, I didn't realize there was a setting that I had to change to record sound. Like, there's a very, very little amount of sound, but once you hit the option to change that, you get you get the actual amplified like recording sound.
Now, mind you, we figured this out after recording everything, and we recorded all day.
Yeah, pretty well, not all day, but all night. Yeah,
We drove when we were driving that day too.
Oh yeah, we tried recording some stuff early in the day too. It was just pretty much like a dry run to see what we could record and what
how
the
the
quality
camera
was.
was.
Yeah, the quality of everything. But yeah, we're leaving the receiving bay and we're going out to the next spot.
We're gonna go outside actually at this point, are we?
No, not yet. We actually go to
Oh, right.
over by another set of receiving bay doors.
Oh yeah, the main receiving bay.
Yeah,
they're actually they still use those.
Yeah, I've actually had to back into it to pick up a machine before. And
Oh, really?
back the truck up into it. We're over on the side now. We're kind of stepping on the platforms that move up and down to catch the truck, like trying to think of the name of the things. The big metal pieces that lay onto the truck beds, you know?
Yeah.
Moose is messing with the machines. They actually have pressure in them still, so you can move the platforms up and down and everything. It's actually really interesting to go back there and kind of fiddle with all the stuff down there. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. You can see it moving a little bit there.
They're real slow.
Yeah, real slow. Although I'd rather have it be slow than like.
Oh yeah, to like fly up and down and everything. That would be terrifying.
And then there's this metal. There's these metal stairs right here too that
They kind of go down to like a really creepy like area where the trucks back into and everything, but underneath the area where the trucks back up to, underneath those platforms that move, there's these really creepy like crawl spaces almost where it's like
where they
with
can,
a space, yeah.
where they can like maintenance the hydraulics and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's where the hydraulic lift is, and it's just really creepy because the first time I went down there it was like pitch black, and I couldn't see anything down there. I could have sworn there was like an animal or something moving around at the bottom. It scared the crap out of me, to be honest, because it was later in the day and there wasn't a whole lot of light in the factory anymore.
Yep. My dad tries to scare me here too. There was a little cubby, like off to the left when we went down there. Remember when he tried to scare me?
Yep. We're kind of just going through the little side rooms and stuff in the factory, just seeing what's around, seeing kind of the empty spaces that were left after, like, the machine shop kind of got abandoned and everything. We kind of go back to the hydraulic lift though, to go down the stairs and everything too.
Yeah, and David's still with us at this point. We have a person.
Oh yeah, he was
helping us with
assisting.
machines.
Yeah, he was assisting with the machines and everything, and he was pretty like freaked out by the whole experience, going like everywhere in the dark and stuff. He had his phone out too, getting his stuff. This is when I go down.
Yeah, you can
stairs
see
and
how
stuff.
on the left the railing's all caved in.
Handrail was caved in because
Oh.
it had to have been some truck or something that like backed into it or something.
Yeah.
Um,
So my first like question was, Are you sure this is safe?
Yeah, I know. He was like kind of timid to like go down the stairs and stuff. It was
Well,
kinda
I'm a big guy.
Right,
We
right.
like solid ground.
Right. This is a little side room off the side of the actual like the receiving bay. Like there's this weird little office room that was kind of to the side and everything too.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is when my dad tried to scare me,
Right.
and I'm just like, hey, what's up, Dad?
Yeah, I know. You're like it was kind of poor attempt to jump out at you. It was kind of funny though.
It probably would have worked better if I would have like hugged the wall, which
Right.
I would never do in that situation.
Right.
But you know, hey.
This is the little undercovey part that I was talking about.
Yep.
There's all the little spaces that you could hide in this place. Like, it's hard to walk around at night not feeling like you're being followed or watched or something. It's kind of weird.
It's because we were being watched.
Yeah.
Children in the corn.
Children of the Corn in a factory, right?
Yes. Children of the factory.
But I think the weirdest part about this place is the fact that it's not even super old. It's just the fact that it feels like there's always I don't know. So there's something going on in the building at all times, even when there aren't people there. Like we
Yeah.
were the only ones here at the time, and it felt like there was sounds and stuff in the background and sounds and stuff in the rest of the building that, you know what I mean, it sounded like there was something happening and something going on, and it was really weird.
Now I can actually explain that. There's also a wood shop in the same warehouse. Not like the people that store wood that are right next to us, but there's an actual like wood shop there, and a lot of their machines run all the time, like their air compressors and stuff like that.
Right.
So that's probably a lot of the noise that we hear
Mm-hmm.
throughout this. You know, I've never actually seen them working. Like, I've seen them moving stuff, but I've never seen them actually working there.
Yeah. This little area here is kind of like the room that oversees the entire
Floor, yeah.
Yeah, the entire. It like goes up the stairs, and it oversees the entire floor of the factory. Like you could. This is where your bosses and stuff would be most of the time if the factory was still working and everything. The room was really dark. All there was really in there was this little cabinet and everything open, which was kind of weird. But the whole thing was just kind of
Creepy.
creepy, kind of eerie.
I didn't even go up there.
Yeah, no, he didn't trust the stairs or the built like the room itself. He didn't like the whole idea.
Yeah, the stairs were these wooden kind of like.
You can see him right here. It's kind of rickety, but
Yeah.
I ventured my way up slowly, but
Yeah, he did it for the video.
yeah, do it for you guys. But yeah, the whole upstairs areas and everything that we got to see were really creepy. This is actually us getting outside now. We are kind of by the receiving bays and stuff. A lot of them are flooded because we had just recently got a lot of rain.
And it was like pure.
Like you could see all the way through the bottom, and there's probably 3 foot of water at the end of the
Yeah.
receiving bays. Like there's a ton of water, and I just wish that we had better light at the time because we would have been able to see straight to the bottom and everything.
It was a little murky.
Yeah, a little murky, and there was stuff in it like wood and
Yeah.
like, a lot of leaves
So it was
and a
kinda
lot of
creepy.
stuff. Yeah, it looked like something could have hid down in the water underneath all the foliage and stuff. Gives
Ugh.
Thor here the willies just thinking about it, but it was really interesting. It was really cool. It was creepy though. That was the main part. It was just kind of odd. The whole time we were outside, we were talking about how there were people living in the factory and stuff, and how they're kind of just, you know what I mean, squatters and whatnot, sitting in the back buildings that nobody uses anymore,
Oh, yeah.
and how they write graffiti and stuff all over the back of the building and all that stuff.
Yeah, at one point my dad was pretending to talk to one to freak us out.
Yeah, there was a big underlay that like went up to another receiving area, and he was talking to the guy that was living underneath it. He kind of got on the spooky side of Zane, and he kind of freaked out a little bit.
Now, mind you, there was no one there.
Yeah, I mean, I hope not, but
Well, we never did prove it. So
Yeah, we
might
never-
have actually been talking.
we
to
never
someone.
checked. So yeah, it could quite possibly be, but we didn't take the
I
chance.
highly doubt it.
Yeah, I hope not. Yeah, the whole back of the building is really interesting because there's a lot of foliage and a lot of trees and whatnot back there, but there's a lot of signs of people.
Life.
Yeah, like signs of life, like lots of cups and lots of
Ramen.
ramen. Yeah,
there
there's
was
a
a
bunch
lot
of
of
packages.
ramen.
Yeah, and the whole experience was just kind of creepy.
Oh, there's that metal. There was that metal bin that was full of water.
Oh yeah, the big metal bin. I almost fell on that the first time.
Oh yeah.
There's a couple of spots
Now
where
these
we had
are
to
some
go.
stairs.
Yeah, we had
These
to go
are-
downstairs.
Oh god. I didn't think I was gonna fit through those stairs. Cause like at the very end of those stairs there was a tree that was overgrowing the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was the wall. So it was like I don't know.
You kind of see him come through here. It's like, yeah, it even was hard for me to get through it just because the tree was like pressed against the building and everything. He makes it though. Like, these stairs though, I mean, the stairs weren't as slippery. They had a lot of stuff on them, but they weren't as slippery as like up here in a minute. We come up to like the rocks and stuff.
And
there
there's
weren't
moss.
there weren't any stairs left. It was literally just a big pile of rocks. And
it was slippery because there was like a bunch of moss.
yeah, you'll see it just here in a second. There's a bunch of moss on these rocks that Moose didn't even try to go down through because he thought they were really slippery. So I went first and kind of like checked it out for everybody to make sure that no one else fell, you know.
He found the way to get down.
Yeah, tried to find the easiest way. There was a couple of flat rocks that helped get, all the way down. So.
And that overhang.
Yeah, and the overhang to hold on to, it was really easy to get down. A lot of this video, you are seeing my feet, because it's like, I'm trying to see where I'm going, but I'm also trying to give you something to look at.
And
there's a lot of
me
trees.
handing him branches.
Right, lots of trees and everything getting in the way, but the whole thing back here is that, I think the vibey thing, the creepiest thing was that no matter how far down we went, we kept finding more things that like kind of resembled people being back there, like more food and more bottles and a lot of stuff that looked like it was
during the day.
Yeah, that was like recently moved and everything. We could do it during the day. We'd obviously be able to see a lot more, but but we kept seeing things that gave us the vibe that there were people there,
which is only adding to the creepy bits.
Right. But the main thing back here is that we were trying not to trip on anything, trying not to fall on anything, because if you like fell or something and you were away from everybody else, this is that rock area with the moss and everything. I'm going first.
Oh yeah, right here.
Yep, making sure that all my footsteps match and I wasn't gonna fall.
There's the overhang that we were talking about right there.
To hold on to. I look underneath that here in a second.
Oh yeah, and the wall was really creepy. There was like insulation and stuff poking out of it.
Torn out. Like it looked like it had just been done. Like it wasn't wet or anything. It looked like it had just been pulled out. Yeah, it was really weird. Like I said, the farther we got down, the more it looked like there were people around or people like watching us as we were going through. Like a lot of open windows and stuff like that. It was really creepy. Yeah, like not just the broken ones, but it looked like some of them were like hand opened, like to look out, and then they were gonna close them up again. Yeah, no, it's freaky. But that's like part of the adventure. I feel like is not knowing what's all going on at the same time, But
so. Oh yeah, I think this was me trying to get down. Because we're waiting on something here. I don't remember.
Yeah, this is when you and your dad were coming down, and I was trying to get out of the way. There was this big piece of plywood too that I was kind of slipping on.
We didn't know what was under it.
Yeah, we weren't gonna.
It was at a weird angle too.
Yeah, I didn't want to mess with it because we were gonna, probably fall if we tried to walk on it, so we had to kind of go to the side of it. But yeah, I was getting out of the way so you guys could jump down.
Did my dad get down or did I get down first?
I don't remember. You guys both came down, but it was like, I don't know. I was getting uneasy just standing there, so I like started to go as you guys were coming down.
My dad's down.
Yeah, your dad came down first.
Yeah. Okay.
I was like, I kept moving around. Like I was almost like pacing in that tiny area where I was sitting, just because I don't know.
You were like, nah.
I felt weird. Yeah. The whole experience was really weird.
And there I am trying to get down, not kill myself.
Right. That's the task at hand, right?
Oh yeah, I forgot I had my work shoes on for this. Forgot about that. So they don't have the best traction either.
Yeah, I had like Nike tennis shoes on. I was slipping and sliding all over the place.
I think my dad had Skechers on. No, he had his boots on, didn't he?
Yeah. So he was better off than both of us.
Yeah, he had his Harley boots on.
And he was the one that was still more afraid of falling than both of us, I think.
Yeah, well, like, the biggest thing is, like, if we fell back there, we would have been in trouble because...
There was a lot of glass and a lot of bottles.
Well, not even that, but, like, if we got hurt, there's no way that we were carrying each other out of that.
Yeah, no, it was rough. We got down to this big patch of, like, open space, and there was a bunch of windows and stuff that were open there. And it was just weird to see that... Like, every time you turn around, I keep saying it, I know I keep saying it, but it's like, every time you turn around, there was something creepy that resembled somebody, like,
and he's stepping over glass here in a second.
Yeah, there's, like, a big door here that I go over. I think Moose goes before me, but it's, like, I don't know, the whole thing was
This
weird.
is where my dad takes off, isn't it?
Yeah, he got up ahead of us and kind of freaked us both out, because he took off and left, you know what I mean? He was gone.
And we were like, Dad?
Yeah, like, where did you go? Like, we're kind of back here, like, where are you at?
It was one of those moments where I'm like, so my dad disappears, I'm the one that's being afraid, and Keegan's the guy holding the camera. So Keegan's gonna die last.
I'm gonna die last.
Just because he has the camera.
Yeah, Zane's the comedic relief, so he's gonna die first. And then Moose is gonna die, because he's the one that knows how to do everything, and then I'm gonna fall, or I'm gonna drop the camera as I die, and then you're gonna just see something or someone carrying my body away.
Right.
Like a good old-fashioned horror movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna die first, and then my dad's gonna show back up, and then he's gonna die somehow, and then you're gonna die, and then it's gonna have a little vlog of whatever killed us.
Yeah. Whatever killed us is gonna like pick up the camera and like eat it or something. I don't know. However,
that would be some interesting footage.
However the movies end like they normally do. But yeah, it's just the whole experience was really creepy. I felt like there was somebody around, somebody watching us walk through all this.
Yeah, right here, it definitely felt like there was someone watching us. For sure.
Like going around the side of the building and everything.
Yeah.
There was a big open area in it. It was just
in the silo right here. So there was a silo that we thought was, totally normal, but we got to the other side of it and there was a giant hole in it that you're seeing right now.
A giant hole, yeah, and it didn't look like it was supposed to be there. It looked like somebody had knocked out the bricks to look out the window or look out the little area on the silo. But yeah, it didn't look like it was manufactured like that. It looked like it was put there. You know what I mean? Somebody broke that wall down.
Yeah, and Keegan had walked by it, and I just happened to look behind me and saw it, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that's not good.
Oh. And Keegan turned around like, what? And then he was like, oh.
You were hesitant to like look in it, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna stick my camera in there and just see if I can see anything. But that's what we got out of that.
Yeah, it sticks camera in, camera gets eaten.
Right, something bad was gonna happen. But we come up on this like, kind of like an exhaust vent kind of a thing. Like they had like lower levels underneath where we were standing. So that was like the exhaust vent for like the heater and stuff.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And once we get down and around the other side of the building, we hit like these, like the graffitis and stuff like that you see here.
And it's good folk there.
Yeah, FOLK. I saw FOK at first and I was like, what is fuck? Like FOK. That's what I'm saying. But we saw a bunch of different interesting ones.
And then there's a drawing of...
It's almost like,
almost like Hitler.
Like a blanked out, like Hitler. It says something, I believe it's German.
Yeah.
Zig Heimlich or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
I don't speak German, but there was a lot of them that said a bunch of different crazy stuff, which, again, is just another thing that reminded me of how much felt like I was being watched.
Yeah.
And the whole thing was just creepy.
And then, there's Nice right there.
Nice. That door was unlocked, or I think maybe it was locked, I don't remember. Your dad tried it, and I think he said it might have been unlocked. But I didn't want to even attempt to go and...
I did not know that was unlocked.
Yeah, because I didn't even want to attempt to go back there because Lord knows what we were going to see.
I'm really glad that I didn't know that was unlocked, because then I would have been looking behind me like the whole fucking time.
Yeah, it would have been rough. Like, it was rough already, but yeah, that just made it worse. Like, I don't know, going around the side of the building got creepier because we kept walking by rooms and doors and stuff that were unlocked, and we found this like nice gravel kind of a driveway going down the side of the building.
And we were like, yes.
It
It helped me because I'm like solid ground.
Solid ground, and it looked like
Yes.
we were heading toward the road and everything, and that's what we were really
Well,
hoping
we
for.
were.
And we were heading toward the road. We were getting to the point where we could see the streetlights and stuff like that, and then we hit a kind of a roadblock. That's exactly what we hit, actually. We hit a fence. There was a fence, and it was a locked fence.
Now,
And
mind you, this fence isn't usually locked.
it's not normally locked, and it's not
Because my dad has walked around this building before and got out at the fence and went to the road.
Right, and it's not a particularly small fence either. So it's like, I don't know, it wasn't like something we all could just look at and be like, oh, I could jump that. So we kind of just saw it, and we kind of measured our options. And here in a second, you'll see Zane. He kind of looks at the gate and he's like, "Can I fit through that? I think I can fit through that. I'm gonna try to fit through that."
And then I didn't even get my leg through it.
He gave it a go. You see Moose. He's picking at it and everything. So we kind of saw how hefty the chains were, and they were pretty big. And we didn't feel like trying to break the gate or break the door or anything like that. So
I was sitting there like, because we were waiting on Debbie is what started this whole adventure. And
yeah,
I'm like, hey, why don't you call Debbie and have her bring over some bolt cutters?
right.
And my dad's just like, nah.
It's one thing to rent this place. It's another thing to destroy property.
Yeah, so
So,
it would have been easier with bolt cutters.
but yeah, we were just kind of weighing our options
Oh,
on how.
there I
yeah,
am trying to fit through the fence.
You're like, maybe I can get through this. You kind of stick your leg in there, and you're like, nope, never mind. So, we kind of just gave our 2 cents to each other, and we were like, you know what, we'll just head
turn.
back.
Yeah. Now, mind you, we made great time going back. Absolutely great time.
We definitely made better time coming back because, we knew where everything was. We knew where we were going. We knew where all the footfalls were, you know. So.
Yeah. Not to mention my dad tried to split off, and then we had a little bit of a race.
Yeah, we went off. We went back the way we came originally, and he went like straight up the hill that like went down alongside the building.
And he said that he went over 2 fences. I don't believe he went over 2 fucking fences.
Yeah, I didn't buy that either. I was like maybe one, but when we saw the fence we were dealing with, we kind of knew that he wasn't gonna go over a fence if he didn't have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just kind of funny. But yeah, going back, there wasn't as much tension. It didn't feel like there was as many eyes on us at the time. You know?
Yeah.
It just felt like we were trying to get back because we knew that Debbie had come back and she was ready to go. And
We were in a hurry.
yeah, we were just trying to rush, not trying to fall over anything, not trying to get caught on a board or anything. So
Yep.
working our way back and making sure that we were all safe at the end. Lights still on. My phone had almost died at the point too, so I was kind of hurrying just to make sure Zane got caught on something. And we
I was
thought
making
he
sure I
might-
didn't cut myself.
Right, we were making sure he didn't get scratched. I had to jump up, and it gets kind of sketchy on the camera here in a second. But yeah, the whole thing was easy going back for the most part. Just kind of relaxing actually. It's coming back through all the trees and everything. It was relaxing because we knew where we were going and we knew
Yeah.
what to expect.
It was definitely more relaxing than the first one.
There was definitely still, kind of the ambiance and whatnot of it was creepy and it was cold and it was at night and everything. So there was still somewhere to go and everything. But yeah, there wasn't as much we're being watched right now. It wasn't as creepy. We do meet back up with Moose here in a second just to make sure that he made it. He's pulling himself up by a tree, or I think it was a tree.
Yeah, it was a tree.
He was on the tree and we were trying to give him help and stuff like that. And he's like, I got it. He's a very self-sufficient kind of guy.
Yeah. Yeah. He traced me.
Yeah. But yeah, at the end of this, I think the entire thing was kind of cool just because we saw people. Obviously there's people back there. There's definitely people that go back there for art, at least. Go back there to draw on things and to make it a point to put their signs up and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And
Just
people-
like the Jewish gang.
Yeah, the Jewish gang. We saw the Star of David, and Good Folk or GD Folk or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was something like that.
And yeah, so people definitely like to go back there and have their way. Moose is like, take my phone so I can get up here. But the whole experience was spooky at first, and it kind of like tapered off, and it wasn't as scary coming back. But it was definitely an experience, and I definitely plan on doing a lot more of these in the future.
Yeah, for sure. Because when we do it, we plan to have like brighter flashlights that reach farther, like almost floodlights, basically.
Right. Like, I'm excited for it. I'm excited to.
And we have to go other places too.
Yeah. Well, that's something you guys can like send us. Like, if you've watched all the way through this, you're a trooper, and we appreciate it. But you guys can send us like requests on places to go and things to go see, check out, scary things, like that. And we will definitely get back to those as soon as we can. Take the time to go out and record it and everything with our new GoPro and whatnot. I'm just excited to add something new to what we're doing.
Yeah.
Any
For
last
sure.
thoughts on this whole big old experience?
Well, I'm a bitch.
Yeah.
But a little bit.
We will definitely see you guys next time. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.
Talk to you
Comment,
later.
like, subscribe, all that stuff. We'll see you later. Peace.